Lynn here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How are y'all doing today? Thank y'all for stopping by again, and welcome to all of you new subscribers who might be stopping by for the first time. So good to have you, and thank you so much for your subscription. Well, today I'm coming to you from Virginia on a warm, very warm, but very dreary, kind of rainy, kind of misty, kind of yucky day. So I am trying to be productive, and I'm going to be making 3 different centerpieces for you today. 2 lantern centerpieces and then another little centerpiece. And I am also going to be making a few funky bows for you too. 2 for on the mantle, 1 for on top of one of my lanterns, and then maybe a littler one for on top of the other lantern. So I'm gonna jump right in here because this is probably gonna take me a little while. And after today though, after I'm done doing these lantern centerpieces or these centerpieces, I'm pretty much done redecorating for, you know, the generic or in my everyday decor. And so my next video after this one will most likely be a little home tour for you, just to show you every little aspect of what I've done and the cozy corners that I've created and that kind of thing. So anyway, we've had some stuff going on here that I wasn't able to video every little thing for you guys this time, but I am going to get these lantern centerpieces and these centerpieces taken care of today so that you guys can see how I do that and can have another example of how I've just learned how to make funky bows. So, but anyway, I'll be right back once I get my iPhone and selfie stick turned around and positioned correctly so that you guys can watch what I'm fixing to do. Okie dokie, I'm back, and I'm going to start with a little centerpiece that I'm going to put, well, you can see it right there, but there's a table that sits right here, what I refer to as the Ivy table, that sits right here between my kitchen and family room. I'm going to start out with that little arrangement, and it's not going to be very involved, but I am going to use these. This is what I pulled out of what I had this arrangement before. Just these 2 wrought iron candle holders. And as you can see, I started out with just a little napkin in that plaid that I love, the burgundy plaid. And the reason I do this is just if things won't slip and slide around, which isn't really probably going to happen on this, but just in case you can kind of see through, I'd like to be able to kind of gaze into this pattern instead of just kind of empty burgundy space, you know. So I'm going to start with these, and I think I'm going to add these stars. Kristen said, kind of in the back, Kristen said that she got me a willow tree figurine for Christmas last year, and this was apparently a free gift. Check this out. It is heavy as lead, and it's just stars. Isn't that cute? And she said it was a free gift that she got when she got me my willow tree figurine. So I'm going to use it right like that, kind of centered. All right, next thing, I think I will just wanted to let you know too, these poor candles, they are ancient, and they look like they've been chewed on and bumped in and all kinds of stuff. But I figure that's just adds to the beauty of it all. And then I got these a long time ago from probably a country store. These are rather old. Let me take a little bit of time to kind of fluff them out. Just flip Behr like candle rings. All right, now I have a Behr garland here, the part of one, not a whole garland. And for those of you who saw my reorganizing the other day, you'll see that I had this already in a Ziploc bag. And so this is old too. I haven't purchased one thing for any of the arrangements that I'm doing today. Everything you're going to see me utilize are things that I've had in my coffers for several years. So, except for these balls in here. I did buy those last, I don't know, a couple months ago, I think, when they were on sale in the spring shop in Hobby Lobby. Other than that, everything else is things that I've had. So anyway, as you can see, I'm just kind of actually going to push that in just a tad. Just kind of, you know, draping this around. There's really no rhyme or reason to how I'm doing it. There's no perfect way to do it. So don't feel like you're, because I'll tell you, sometimes the pip berries have a mind of their own. I do take some time to fluff them up a bit and to try to bend them into place if they're not one to go. And other than that, I just try to fluff them out, make them look bigger than they are. I thought about putting this kind of up front. Happiness is something you decide ahead of time. I'm not sure if I'll leave that there, but for now, it doesn't look bad. A few other things that I could add, and this again, maybe in either corner. I found these in a country store, I don't even know, years and years ago. Just like that. I don't have to worry about the back too much because, and I only have one more. I wish I had another. If I had another, I'd put them back here to fill in, but I don't have another. Just like that. Sometimes less is more, you know? So this is just kind of an accent. So, there's number one. Go ahead and set it over there. I'll be right back. Alrighty. So we have a couple of extra things here, which is fine. This I can stick. I have a whole, it's like one of those really cheap copper vases, and that's where I keep all my pipberry picks. I'll just stick that in there. Next, I'm going to do the centerpiece that is going to go on the fireplace. Again, this is a bit of an accent centerpiece, and this is what came out of this arrangement before I switched over to the red and white gingham again. And I am going to take a minute to fold one of my old napkins here into the bottom. All right, so there we go. So I got that fixed and put in there a little bit. Now, I do have an issue with this candle that I have in here. I am completely out of C batteries, and this candle takes C batteries. And I am going to wait until I get some, well, it kind of works in the evening. It's very, very dim. But I need to get me some new C batteries. So anyway, I will turn it on for this purpose. But it is very dim. But maybe I'll be able to see it. So there we go. That's the first thing that goes on. If you are new to my channel and you've never seen me do a lantern centerpiece, I'll be able to explain almost better with the bigger one that I'm going to do next. But I always set my lanterns down into a tray and build the decor inside the tray. And I'm also going to put a lantern swag topper on this, I think, for something different. Normally I don't do that to this one, but I think I want to. I think I want to try it this time, just because I just learned how to do the funky bows. So I think I'm going to try it this time for this. Let's get the bottom fixed up, arranged first. So this is all the stuff that I had in here. Like I said, before I switched out to my bright red and white glam. So obviously the pipberry garland. By the way, too, I get all of my pipberry garlands from thepipberrybarn.com. Highly, highly, highly recommend them. They have the prettiest pipberries and pipberry garlands. And they have some other cool stuff too, but I really like their pipberry garlands. So that's always what I start with. Usually some kind of garland. It's either a flower garland or usually it's pipberries, because I'm pretty much crazy for pipberries. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put the fleur-de-lis on either side. And I know that my thinking was that you really can't see the back of this. Actually, I bet you I had it like this. I'm not looking at a picture of how I had it before, but I bet anything that I had it like this, because you can't see this from the back when it's sitting on the hearth. This. If I had this sitting in here. All right, just two. I had these cardinals in here too, kind of to anchor these front two corners. Why not? Stick them back in there, huh? There we go. All right. Not sure if I'm liking the fleur-de-lis. I'm kind of leaving them because I did add some yellow into an arrangement I have on the TV credenza. So I wouldn't mind just having a touch of the yellow in this arrangement too. All right, so there we go. Remember, you can only see this from the front. You're not gonna be able to see it from the back. This is just something, just a little sweet to set on the hearth. Okay, now, okie dokie, now I'm going to try to make a funky bow. And I did not create how to make a funky bow. Where I learned how to do it was from a lady on YouTube. Her name is Julie from Southern Charm Wreaths. So I think this will be a version of what she does. I'm going to use two different kinds of ribbon, and they're not going to be very wide. This is only 1.5 inch wide ribbon, but I'm going to make at least 3 strips of 30 out of each ribbon. I will show you how to do this in just a second. There's that. Alrighty, now myself a pipe cleaner, and it really doesn't matter the color because you're not really going to see it, but I'll get a brown one. Okay, so I'm going to lay this out. As you can see, well, you probably can't quite see that, can you? Well, it's 30 inches long, I promise. But you know what I forgot to do? Hang on. I want to dovetail or chevron the ends. I always forget to do that. Now remember, I am still kind of new to making these bows, so I'm still kind of learning too. What I did learn is it's a pain if you go ahead and make the bow and then have to chevron all your ends. You turn it lengthwise, and I go to the edge, some people go to the fold and just cut up into a V, and that gives you a nice chevroned edge. Now, here we go again. 10, 20. Hold them together, pinch them together, and then you want to turn the right side up. This is kind of double-sided ribbon, so not liking this. All right, you guys, I've changed my mind. I'm not going to make the loops quite as big with this width. And I don't want long tails, so I'm just going to go out 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8. Make a 4-inch loop, and I can always cut them off. That, I think, is how I'd rather do it, and I want to do 2 the same way and then 2 the opposite way. So go to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and do 2 loops the same direction. Make sure that if you have a right side that you twist the right side up. Just don't pay attention to this. I'll probably cut them a little shorter. Now, let's go back to the plaid. Go to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The opposite direction. Now I am tweaking this from how I learned. So don't be afraid to do this. This goes to show you too that this is how you learn and get better at things, you know. Go to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't want some gargantuan bow on top of this, and that's what it would have been. And let's go to the other direction. That's what it was. Trust me, I made it. And it looked ridiculous for this. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dry cleaner. Ignore the long tails that are flipping and flopping around. I'm gonna fix them. Now, a little bit of tweaking, fluffing. And I'm just eyeballing it here, you guys. There's no rhyme or reason. Go ahead and cut these up a little bit because I know I don't want them hanging that much, but I might like them hanging down a little bit once I get it on. this one pretty short. All right, now I'm going to cut one little piece of this, and this is what I will use to tie it around the lantern. Get it put on the lantern. Okie dokie, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had a phone call come in. All right, so here's my funky bow again, my little one. So I think I'm just going to tie it on. As you saw, I tied a long piece of the burgundy ribbon on. And I'm going to try to kind of arrange it kind of to go kind of off center, just a smidge. And then I'm just going to tie it in a square knot in the back. And not an extremely tight one either, one that I can kind of pretty easily untie. Left over right, right over left. Thank you, Mom. We'll give you a pretty square knot. All right, now turn it back around here and mess with it a little bit and see if I want to add something else to it. Let's play with these pip berries a little bit, see if I can get them to come up and around and through. There we go. Much better. Cute, cute, cute. I'm going to cut those two down, like I said. Turn it around and do that. You're sticking up a little bit too much for my taste. There we go. There we go. What do y'all think? I think I like it. I can get it up closer. Alrighty. I think, oh, that is going to look really pretty over there. All right, so, oh my goodness, on to the next challenge. And this one, it will be a challenge because I think I have decided not to use a candle inside of it. I think I'm going to use some of those fairy lights that I got in my big lantern. So let me go and retrieve that and I'll be right back. And I had to go and find me some pipberry garland, which is how I'm going to help these spiffy fairy lights. Chris ordered these fairy lights for me a couple of weeks ago, and I will give you a link in the description. Right now they are running on combination, so it's going through all of the different possible there we go. I'm going to try the combination. All right, so unraveling, if you get these and when you go to unravel them, trust me, be very careful and methodical in your motions and make sure that you unravel them very slowly and succinctly. Twice now I've tried to unravel these things quickly, and twice now I've gotten into a mess. They've gotten into a jumble. So it's be very careful when you go to unravel these. All right. Like I said, I did go and find myself a pipberry garland. So let me clean this out first. This is a lantern, and I normally use these big candles, but I thought I would do something different to show you guys something different today. I usually use, I don't know why this was not in there correctly, Luminara Candles, which I just adore. Oh, it looks like the little poochy thing broke. But anyway, I love them. Luminara, and you can set them to be on all the time, or you can set them on a timer, and you know, the first time you turn it on, it's on 6 hours and then goes off automatically. And they are just lovely. Now, I'm going to take my pitberry garland and spread it out and try my best to wrap these lights around the pitberry garland without giving myself heart palpitations. So let's see how I do here. Alrighty, I took it to Chris and he helped me. Ay. God, I'm all wrapped around the pitberry garland now. All right, bring this back over here and let me see if I can get this positioned in. I kind of wanted to get it to stand up. Let's see. Just about like that. And for now, that's all I'm going to put in it. I may put a couple of flowers in there. I'm not sure. I'll be working with my burlap flowers. But for now, I'm just going to leave it just like that. And of course, I never have to open it back up if I don't want to, because I've got my, got my handy dandy remote control. Okay. Now, as I explained with my little lantern there a minute ago, I start all of my lantern centerpieces with a tray of some sort. I got these trays at Hobby Lobby on sale. This one and the one I just made in the mirror trays on sale at Hobby Lobby. So, as with that tray, I'm going to start right in the middle, or start with a placemat this time. This is just an old quilted placemat that I've had for years and years and years. I'm going to place that on the tray, and then place the lantern right in the center, and try to make sure you do have it centered at this stage, because if you don't, then you'll end up with a lopsided lantern centerpiece. Then I simply, where did I get this, you guys? I did not get this from the pitberrybarn.com. I got it here locally, I believe. And it's not as thick, but it will serve its purpose beautifully. So put that on and around, and okey-dokey. Before I go much further, I've just counted out my supplies that I have here, and I've decided that I am indeed going to put a burlap flower and maybe a couple of red Gerbers inside the lantern. So let me open it up here and see if I can manipulate a couple of things in. I don't want it to be, you know, kind of in your face, lots of flowers in there, but just a little, just to add a little interest inside of the lantern. Kind of like that. Just to add just a little bit of interest inside. Now, I'm going to close it up. I bought these balls back when the spring shop stuff was on sale at Hobby Lobby, but I'm going to use these to anchor the corners For those of you who have never seen me do this again, I anchor my corners, what I call anchoring my corners, which simply means I like to have something in each corner. I don't know why, it just makes me feel better to have something in each corner. So I have 4 of these balls, and I'm going to put 1 in each corner. I'm sure that the little birdie is kind of sticking out. And then all I do after this is simply just kind of fill in with my burlap flowers. One of these on either side, and one in the front and one in the back. This is all I have. I'm so upset, to be honest with you, that they're not. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, who sent me the link for the to find some burlap flowers online? Thank you so much, sweetie, for that link. All right, here we go. And I'm just going to add some burgundy Gerber daisies just right around the edges. Some of this pickberry out so you can see it. I've got a couple of cardinals here sitting in here. Just to say, hey, what's happening? Maybe I'll glue one of these on up there. All right, so let me get this stuff out of the way and clean up my workspace here a bit, and then we'll get on to making another funky bow. I'm going to use, and I'm going to do 3 lengths of 30 inches per one. I'm going to speed through this part because you guys see me do this a million times. So I'm just cutting 3 30-inch lengths of each type of ribbon. I'll be right back. All right, now these are going to be a little different than how I did them before. I'm going to go out to 10 and then to 20 and make a 5-inch loop each time. I don't have a right size, so I don't need to twist anything. Next, I'm going to do 3 the same direction and 3, then the next 3 will go the opposite direction. Oops. And this is just my way of doing it that I've kind of come up with for myself. Took the basic instruction from that lovely lady, but I'm kind of tweaking it for my own needs. 10 and then 20. And then twist. All right, now I'm going to go 3 the opposite direction. Worry if one tail is a little longer than the other. That's okay. I'll make a 5-inch loop. And yes, my hand is cramping. One more. The other way. Wrap it around and pull it as tight as you can using your hand you're holding it with as resistance, and twist. There we go. There we go. All right. Now, I can't decide whether I want it right in the center or whether I want it kind of off to the side with this right underneath of it. Do it like that. First thing I want to do is, which I've just kind of looped the stem around and put it right into my pipe cleaner. I'm just going to tie it in just like that. I'm also going to add some pip berries. Let's see, just burgundy ones, I think. There we go. And turn them end for end like that, and then kind of just nestle them down again into the pipe cleaner on the back and kind of pull them tight. Now I want one more piece of this ribbon because I want to make a little tie so that I can tie it around this piece. And I'm just taking the center and putting that down into the twist tie too. And I'm going to tie it on to the lantern. And again, I'm just going to do a quick left over right. And right over left, square knot. And now the fun begins. Let me see what I could do with this. It almost wraps all the way around. So pretty. I love these. All right, let me back it off here. See if you can get a look at the whole thing. Excuse me, I'm all hot and sweaty. There we go. What do you think? I think something maybe might need a little tweaking on this side, but I need to get away from it and look at it. But for now, I'm gonna leave that as is and I'll play with it a little bit and I will be back. Okie dokie, I'm back. And I have decided that I don't wanna do a funky bow like I've been making for my lanterns for the mantle. I decided that would be a little much for my mantle. So what I've decided to do is kind of double up on one of my bows and make kind of a my version of a funky bow with like 4 tails. So a little bit of the plaid peeking out. So let me show you how I did this, and this is what I'm going to hang on either side of my mantle. So all I did was take the plaid and pile the berry ribbon up on top of it. Y'all see? Turn this down a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to make just a bow like I always make. Or not a tiered bow, but just a 6-loop bow. And I want the loops to be about that size. So turn it over, fold it down, and then come down here and keep them piled on top of one another and overlap, pinch it together, and then twist this around to bring the right side up, which is the berry side, and then you kind of turn it under itself, and that gives you your center loop. Then I'm going to make we're going to call it a 3-loop bow because that means it has 3 loops on either side. So we just want to go and we want to make the loops all about the same. I don't want it tiered. I want it to be kind of a round bow. And your ribbon will be fed the way you want it to be, where it needs to be fed. You just need to twist it to bring that right side up. And that's important. To go ahead and twist and bring that right side up. Make your 3rd loop. The same size? Yeah, I'd say so. And then come back out this side and make your last loop. Straighten out underneath there. There we go. And I don't want extremely long tails, but twist it, and then you're going to pull it out a little ways and go about double the length of those. And then grab it from underneath and twist it and twist it and secure it with your fingers. Grab a pipe cleaner. That's going to be your tails. You're going to have 4 tails. I'm going to cut these off short. Take your pipe cleaner and feed it over your thumb. And of course I have a thumb ring on today. Duh, dumb me. You don't know how many times I've fed the pipe cleaner through my thumb ring. And tied myself right to the bow. Yes, I've done that. Anyway, put your pipe cleaner about halfway through, go to about the halfway point of your pipe cleaner. Grab it with your thumb and kind of snug it around the bottom and around the top. And use your hand you're using to hold the bow as resistance and pull with the other hand really tight and twist. There we go. And then what I did with that one, let me cut it off first. Cut what's still attached to the bolts, cut it really short, relatively short. And then we're going to cut these right in half. And then I'm going to chevron the ends. And then what I did was I just separated, and I did it all the same way. Pull the plaid kind of to the right and the berry to the left, and kind of just make one big kind of round bow like that. And those will go on either side of the mantle. And that is that for today. I am tired with it. So I will take a few pictures and come back with a couple final words. And that will be it for today, you guys. I'm pooped. Be right back. I'm back. And man, oh man, am I tired today. Shoo. But anyway, I'm finished creating all of the lantern centerpieces that I'm going to create for this decor. And I just have a little bit of tweaking of the decor to do. So the next video that you guys will see will probably be a home tour. And I'm going to go ahead and get these into place, this one into place. I have the other two into place, and take some pictures so you'll be able to see. I'm so happy with how this turned out, and the funky bow and how it turned out. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm just thrilled. And I do have my mantle bows hanging up, and I'll take a picture of those too for you. So, but anyway, whew, it's all coming together. I am pooped though, I really am. So I'm going to sit down for the evening, and I'm not sure when I will get this particular video up. I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.